Should be live on.
What's that guy's name? Markiplier or whatever he is.
Yeah.
Dan, that guy. Anna watches him all the time. It's like, it's so fake and put on. It's just, oh.
Alrighty, here we go. We're being on Facebook soon.
Teaser. We'll be
Get
on
all
Facebook.
your drugging and cuss words out now while you still can. Just kidding. You can say cuss.
Yep. We'll get shadow banned on YouTube.
Highfalutin. What? Oh man.
Shadow ban. That kind
Yeah,
of
so there's
fancy.
little tricks that if you swear in the first like 6 minutes of your video, you'll get you'll get dropped out of the algorithm. It won't take your video down.
Hey,
but-
Nate, you've got my face live already.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, because I just saw myself yawn on Facebook.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those people that waited patiently just got to see that.
Yeah. That's why they pay the money.
It's on
Make
the
sure
start
it doesn't end up
screen
on
now.
Reddit. That's the only
Get
thing.
what you pay for.
Make sure it doesn't end up on Reddit.
Is it right now? Because it's not what I'm streaming with. Like my
Right now, I'm seeing just the cover photo.
Okay, good. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't your face yawning. I was just like, oh.
Alrighty, so I guess are you ready to go live then? Let's or at least.
Sure.
All right.
You'll tell me when, right?
Oh. Apparently not. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, so my screens are reversed now. Boo. It's almost like I've never done this before. All right. All right. Yeah, go for it.
See, I stupidly have both screens pulled up.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know what's real time. I'm on a delay. I stupidly have both screens pulled up.
Yeah, go for
I don't know what. All right, muted.
it.
Take two. Hey there, fellow art nerds, and welcome to season number 4 of the Pin Clique. Tonight we're bringing you episode 2, my favorite season, spooky season, and I think most of our pin clickers feel the same way because even the sweetest of prompts always seem to go a little creepy for some reason. Maybe we'll dig into that a little bit tonight and figure out why. My name is Deanna. I'll be your host for the evening. Tonight we're bringing you and tonight's theme is drawing on your fears. So our clickers are going to look back into their past, some all the way back to their childhood, and draw things that scared the crap out of them as children. And we'll see if they can scare the crap out of us as adults with these pieces of art. If you're
I swear we've done this before. I swear.
Now, anyone that's brand new to us, welcome. Thanks for joining us. The way the Pin Clique works is we give everyone a prompt. They draw it, and we get to see the amazing art live right here once a month. So let me bring out this month's click. And let's let Nate bring them out because I have no control, and I don't want the control.
Yeah, we're on. Hi. Today's technical difficulties is brought to you by me.
All right. Well, tonight with me, I have my co-host, Mr. Gary Bedell.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for coming out.
Also tonight, we have Mr. Nate Howard.
Oh, hi.
We have Eric E. Danger Right.
Hey guys.
Daryl Clounch.
Hola.
We have got Jared George.
Oh.
Mr. Isaac Crawford.
Hello.
And we have 2 new pin clickers tonight. I'm so excited to welcome 2 new faces. I can't wait to see
You forgot James.
the art. Oh
It's
no!
okay.
James!
Oh.
I'll just head
And
on
you
out.
are.
Rutherford is
And you
here.
forgot
We
Yar.
talked about
I'll
this.
see you later. Bye.
Oh,
Whoa, poor James.
I'm blaming on the fact that I'm watching the slow screen and the real-time screen at the same
No,
time.
don't watch.
We gotta give the new people their flowers.
All right, no, let's rewind. James Rutherford is here tonight. And Mr. Chris Yarborough is back.
Oh, hello.
See? When I can't see your face, I forget to read the words.
Oh, I see how it is. I'm just that forgettable, huh?
You're just that
Just
voice. Kind of insect. But now I would like to welcome Miss Cassie Parker. I forgot to let you last name. Welcome. And
Also known as.
Dendril.
Yeah.
Dendril. Okay. That's the email name I saw. And then we've got Mr. Kevin Russell.
Oh,
Yeah.
Welcome, you guys. We're going to get to learn all about them when they present their art and when we hit our famous plug zone at the end. So for tonight, we're getting a little bit of a late start, so maybe we should just jump into it, I guess. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Real quick
Let's do it.
Real quick question. How much time, should I ask, did you guys spend on your pieces this month?
About an hour. I actually thought I was going to have to miss out on this month because I just got sidetracked. But I like what I did. It's cool. So.
Well, good.
You already know. You just want to hear me say it.
I want to hear you say it.
Some of you have been telling on yourselves before we started.
It all depends on when you call my name today.
I see.
I want to hear the one person who was like, I started at the beginning of the month, thank you. And we'd be all, boo.
See, Jared was prepared. He did it.
That's true. He was posting that stuff a little early, too, I noticed.
Oh,
No.
I forgot to remind people. Save it for the show. All right.
Well,
Well,
it was included with a bunch of other stuff, so.
the rule is Gary doesn't go first. Gary doesn't go last. We still haven't figured out why we let that happen.
I don't. It just happened to be that way. I didn't make the rule. They just
Eva.
let it happen. This is the thing,
You definitely
and I
didn't
just
make
didn't
that
do
rule.
it after that. So hey, here we are, season 4.
All right. And Cassie and Kevin, I won't force you to go first since you are brand new. I'll give you a couple of times before I throw your name in my little pile of pulls.
Does everybody have their images like pulled up to show?
That's a good idea.
Oh.
Ish. No.
All right.
What are you
Well,
talking about the show?
first up we have Jared.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
Oh man.
He was the most prepared, although I think he just froze.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, his video pros.
Uh-oh.
How convenient. Oh,
Well,
there
I'm
it goes.
using my
There it
tablet,
is.
so I don't know how to pull up my stuff on my end.
Oh, okay. Well then, do you need me to pull it up?
Can you?
I can if I know which one it is.
It's called Fear.
Yes, because you have your name on yours. Good job. But while I download that, Eric is gonna go.
Oh,
Sorry,
well,
Eric.
we're good.
Cool shirt, bro.
We have
It is a
learned
cool shirt.
It is a
we
cool
have
shirt.
learned that if I don't download the picture and I try to share it from Google Drive, I give away every piece of art.
Yeah, so you gotta download it
Share my screen.
and then show it.
I'll need you to let me in. the Zoom through my computer.
Okay. Well, I just no more of this random drawing from now on. Are you trying to get in yet? Because I don't see you in the room.
I got an update required. This is
Oh,
ridiculous.
no.
At least our
We
first
are
episode was a lot
professionals.
smoother.
I swear.
So
I
how-
so swear we've done this before.
well, you know what? I just downloaded Jared's, I think.
There's a lot of moving parts here, though. I mean, there are quite a few of us. I mean,
What? No, I
Yeah, we're like a really big band, and getting an entire band of like 3 people is hard to manage. So.
and you can only
Wait.
practice once a month.
Unless you're like Earth, Wind, and Fire, there's like 14 of those dudes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we're a ska band, which would be.
Oh,
We're a small ska band.
all right. Well, all right. It's in PDF form. So I'm not 100% I can zoom, but Jared, I'm ready to share yours.
Show me.
So now Jared's gonna go first. I'm switching.
Sorry-
the little
sorry
piece of
again,
paper.
Eric.
Oh, but
I didn't want to go first.
I know. But what's funny is your computer just finally popped on. But we're gonna start with Jared, like I tried. Share screen me. Okay. Lord, I hope I did this right. Do you see it?
That's me.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Tell us the story behind your fears.
Well, it's a scary room. No, so my thought process and everything was just, of course, thinking back. I was a military brat and all that jazz, so I didn't have a lot of places. But my great grandpa had a huge house up near Willard, and we'd stop by, for Christmases and stuff. And he had this bedroom that I swear to God just felt haunted as hell. And it was the only room in his house I did not like. It had like a big painting of someone I didn't know on the wall, a 4-poster bed. It was creepy as all hell. And like it cast all these weird shadows and stuff all the time. And if you can see, I kind of put a tree in a house that's his garage out there, and it was this big light outside shining on that, reflecting back in, just casting worse shadows. So that's kind of what I was trying to go with on this one.
Oh my.
We
Yeah.
discussed this before we went live. The stories are going to make these way creepier than they already are.
Did you ever ask what the picture was of that person on the wall?
I did, and my great grandpa knew that it fucked with me, so he would just be like, "Oh, friend of mine that may or may not have died in there." He would just mess with me.
I guess at least he knows them. At least you have a little bit of power over them. Well, so you know their name, so I can assume power. But like, I don't know. It was there when I moved here. Tried to move it, but it kept going back
I've been
up.
playing around a lot with digital painting, doing our Inktober stuff. Like, it's been fun to just experiment and play around with it. So I've been busting out some things I haven't tried in years.
Yeah, this one's fantastic.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I
that's
see
rad,
you
dude.
in it, in the style, but yeah, this is definitely a different angle.
Yeah. Like I don't think I've ever seen you paint release stuff like this before. This is really, really cool.
I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna be the
It's
one to say it.
awesome.
I knew you had it in you.
Yeah.
I saw your old prints. I saw your old prints back in the day. I know what Jerry George can do. So
Thank you. I was nervous about showing this one off.
No, you have
Really?
you had a handful of other ones that you've been doing throughout the month. You've been keeping busy, and like all of them are. Sorry, my Steam is okay. So all of them have been really impressive. Okay, go
Well, I
on.
appreciate the ego boost.
You know which one's bugging me the most? Is one like right next to the window that looks like he's just noticed us.
Yeah,
yeah, I like that one.
That's freaking me out.
he's
a little
cute.
bit.
The tall one in the back. It's like,
Yeah,
He looks
he's
more
like
scared than
looking
us.
directly at me.
I think the creepiest one is the one in the middle on the left. The lower one.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's the creepiest, but I love
Yeah,
the
he's stalking.
perspective on the guy to the very furthest left.
Mm.
You took my right arm.
Way,
Yeah.
I like the depth in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that picture rules. I love it.
Yeah, well done,
dude.
man.
Nice composition, nice story, with the way you framed yourself, the boy looking out the window there.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, very
I
haunting
like
image.
the overall cool color, and then a little bit of warmth, light, kind of shining on some of their faces.
Yeah, Chris gave me some ideas for it that I'm gonna go back and kind of tweak on it, but I'm happy with it.
Yeah, Rachel Norton loved the
Yeah.
colors.
The mood.
I apologize that I don't know how to zoom in on this PDF.
It's okay.
You're good.
It's Control Plus.
I'm so scared to push any buttons.
That's
How many?
You see
How
where
many?
it says 22% on your screen? It says 22.
That did
Yeah, I
something.
was gonna say
I
I
don't
don't
have
see
the
some
brown.
of those
There's
brush
plus and
strokes.
minus buttons right there at the top in the gray bar.
It's gonna nuke the feed and dox everybody.
I
I like that brush you're using.
Mhm.
Yeah, me
It's
too.
like very pastel.
I think the bed sheets are like a real standout.
Yeah, I know.
Like as far as the execution goes.
I was so afraid those were gonna just look like he's on a weird blanket or sea of nothing or something.
No, it's awesome. It looks good.
yeah. I saw that as soon as I saw that. I didn't even look at it really that close. I just
Right, you find yourself like not questioning any part of it. You're just like, yep, it's working.
That's the only part that I wasn't worried about. I was focusing on the monsters. Well, that is awesome.
Yeah, well done, Jared.
What'd you
Thank
do
you,
this
guys.
in?
I use Paint. No, I don't use Paint.
Let's say Microsoft Paint.
It's pretty awesome.
Even more impressed.
What did I use? Sorry, I don't mean to. Let's see here. Where's everything? Oh no!
What happened?
I'm still here.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
I use
navigating.
Sketchbook. I'm sorry, it's called Sketchbook. Like I said, I'm using my tablet, and my tablet's not very friendly to me, so I'm using
Yeah.
Sketchbook.
Okay.
They finally allowed you to start importing brushes.
That's cool.
Autodesk Sketchbook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use that a lot. It's a really nice program.
All right, now everyone, I remembered this month to share links in the comments. And Jared, this is awesome. You can find him at 6 Foot Gnome on everything, or look in a mirror and say my name in ancient Sumerian 3 times backwards, and you'll summon me.
I have more modern Sumerian,
Nice.
No, only ancient. I don't
Like-
do the modern crap.
like postmodern.
So you'll be teaching a class on ancient Sumerian at Tremendicon next year, right?
Yes, of course.
No, he wants people to be
I
bothering
don't
him
want
all
people
the
to
time.
summon me. No.
Class that you have to pre-register for. Oh goodness. All right. On to E, Danger Right. I'm admitting
Yeah.
the computer right now.
All right.
And Cassie and Kevin, your names are going in the pot.
That's mostly painless. You're good.
Welcome to the Thunderdome.
See, it's not scary at all when you see how horrible we are at it.
It's a new season jitters. Like it's kind of rough to get back into the swing of it.
Yeah, that's it. Now, what's our excuse on the last episode?
Well, yeah.
The end of season jitters.
No, it was that. Yeah. It's not an excuse if you stick with it.
Oh, okay. There you go.
All about consistency.
We nail it perfectly in the middle of the season. Like we're like, oh, that's the format we need to use from now on. And then we ruin it again by the end of it. And we're like, oh, well.
Yeah.
It's the end of season jitters. Like I just can't.
Yeah.
Well,
You just gotta watch the whole season to see which one we
Yeah.
shined in.
And the
Well, we've
ones
got
that we did the
everything else
best on
too.
were the one that had like a full house.
That's true.
You doing okay, Eric?
Somehow I cannot sign in. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Just to share, or
Yeah, because your
What?
Windows popped up.
he's still connecting to audio? That might be the problem. Do you want me to go on while it connects?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Okay. Oh,
You can always pull a Jared
see.
advantage.
Oh, wait, there he is.
Oh,
Still connecting to audio though.
It's fine. He doesn't
Well,
need it.
Cassie, you get to be second. Put your name in.
A very spooky sequence of technical errors.
That's the excuse we're going with this episode. All right, so Cassie, you can share screen whenever you're ready.
All right. Let me see if I can figure it out again. I did practice earlier.
Should I be calling you Cassie or Dindrel?
You can call me Cassie.
Okay.
All right. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Can you
Your
see my-
computer.
Yeah, you're.
All right. This is
Yeah.
mine.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
Do you guys
Whoa.
recognize this character?
yeah. It's
Ghostbusters.
from Ghostbusters, wasn't it? The
Eric
librarian.
doesn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Shoot, I'm still sharing the screen. Sorry.
Oh,
So, I remember specifically one time I was watching a VHS that had like a Halloween special recorded on it, and the commercial break kept playing an ad for Ghostbusters, and this was like a children's program too. I mean, I guess it's relatively kid friendly, but the one scene that they picked was whenever she screams at everybody, you know, the library ghost, and it just that face popping up on the TV, and I was dreading it every time the commercials came on.
Oh,
Because she freaked me out.
oh no.
Just gummy, big, blocky teeth. Just that mouth is
Yeah.
so nasty looking.
It's like
So
orc and hippo
that
mix.
really stuck out to me. You know, I'm just watching my cartoons, and then that pops up. But
That's amazing.
I kind of love it and hate it at the same time. Like when I was a kid, because it inspired me. Like down the road, a lot of monsters that I drew had very big gums and teeth. Something about that just stuck with me. So
Hilarious.
I love the colors.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Very vibrant.
I think I said that's fantastic like 4 times.
thank you.
I like the.
I'm renaming
model.
the stream as we
Yeah.
speak.
That's fantastic.
That's
The
fantastic.
Good shot.
I love the hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Oops.
just the line work on it alone is awesome.
Like you want to focus on that mouth and that wicked tongue, but those hands are so good.
Can you guys see it when it zooms
Yes, thanks for the zoom.
Wow.
Right on.
in?
It's so detailed.
I just imagine she had the worst breath ever too. Belching on all of them.
Did this sour you on libraries at all as a child?
No,
Okay.
it's weird. I actually really liked scary stuff and like ghost stories and everything, but this character and then the other one I thought about drawing for this was something from Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah.
There's an episode called Dead Man's Float, and this like
Mhm.
bloody red, hairy, soggy skeleton comes out of a swimming pool.
Yeah.
And I thought about drawing him, but I went with this instead because I thought it'd be more fun with the colors and everything. So
Yeah,
those
those
two
colors are-
characters were the ones I was afraid of when I was a kid.
To quote
Where are you
Chris,
from
that's
originally?
fantastic.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
Rachel says it's so 80s, so rad.
Yeah.
That's
perfect.
Ghostbusters.
Yep. Well, I guess that's what happens when you get old and your teeth don't all fall out. If you actually like, they just keep growing.
Yummy.
Yeah. When my boyfriend saw me working on it, he said that are you drawing that thing with the weird popcorn teeth? I was like, popcorn teeth. And so I kept thinking of that the entire time I was working on it. I'm guessing he's thinking of
The molars,
these
yeah.
molars in the back. Kind of look like popcorn, but I don't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I haven't seen Ghostbusters yet this Halloween.
I had to rewatch it
I
when I
can't
was
wait.
working on this.
Freeze it on the frame because you can do that now
Yeah.
since we're on digital.
But are her colors this cool? I mean, I
Yeah.
love these.
She's a little more muted than this. I just had to bust it up a little bit and added the green and everything because I thought it was a nice contrast with the purple.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Fantastic.
Was I got one question. What was the process on that?
Oh, I'm still sharing my screen. Sorry. I sketched her a million times. I kind of drew more direct reference of the original, like the screenshot of the character, and drew and like gradually made it did more cartoony versions. And I tried it from different angles too. So I drew her like probably 10 times, just at least the face, and trying to do different angles. But I like that more of that face on look because that's what it is in the movie. So
Right. She's like rising up even, and you can see that motion.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of energy in the pose you chose.
Yeah, that's it's so well executed. I like heard.
Yeah, I
that
know. When you hear an image.
get her.
Yeah.
I've seen some of your videos, like your sped up ones, where like you'll just draw something like a bunch of times, and it'll show it in the recording, and then like you will finally choose something. I'm like, man, that's
Yeah,
that's
I
about
have
right.
I have to do it a lot, and because I can't make up my mind. And that's with this. Whenever you guys were talking about how long did we spend on it, and I'm like, I looked at the Canvas information on Procreate, and I had spent over 8 hours working on it. But I think a lot of that was the sketching ahead of it, because once I figure out the sketch, like I just move forward. It's not as big of a back and forth.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really trust that. I said I had a D&D piece from last season that took 34 hours. But I'm pretty sure I just left it running overnight, unless I was really that bad. Like I just, It's cool that tracker's there, though. It's kind of handy.
Yeah, I like being able to at least get kind of an estimate of how long I spent on something, because especially if you're wanting to charge for the time.
Right.
So
Yeah. Or you want to do it again, and you need to get better to make people afford it.
Dina, I think it's inspiring when you guys share those videos in that process, or you talk about how long it took, because when the only time I draw anything is just for goofs for myself. I do not show anybody anything I draw. It's just, a boredom thing.
Well, time to peer pressure you to be on Pin Click.
Yeah. We've been barking up that tree for 4 seasons.
No, but here's the thing. Everything I draw, I look at, I'm like, there's no way I'd ever show anybody this. This is horrible. And then when you guys show, like, sometimes your sketches at the beginning are so rough and raw, and then you turn it into something beautiful. I think an aspiring artist finds that inspiring.
Yeah.
Because they're like, wait, it didn't start out perfect.
There are a lot of artists I talk to, and it's a very common story where people just grow up thinking that, like, true artists just draw exactly what you see. Like that, like, their Spider-Man comics were drawn like straight out. They don't realize there's a sketching phase. They don't, they don't have like the wireframe. They don't have the weird like
or whatever
circles
it is
with
you
the
call
crosses
Gary's
through
sketchbook.
it. Like it just takes a while to. Yeah.
Gary's sketchbooks are art in and of themselves without ever being finished. So.
Well, I completely thank you guys for sharing all that.
Except for Gary. Gary's the exception.
He's the exception. He draws what he meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all stickers printed straight from his brain. Just.
Wait, Gary is an AI, isn't he?
I've been busted.
He just puts his hand. He's just gonna put his hand up over his camera. All right, I quit.
All right, Eric, we want to try again?
I'm resetting my password currently.
Okay.
Oh,
Gotta go in deep.
You know, computers are either extremely helpful or they're just the most evil. Never mind. I work on computers, obviously.
All right, so
yeah.
who's
See, now
next?
you're not sure who's an AI or not. So
I don't want to upset them, so I will stop. All right. Well, this it's completely random. Kevin, you're next. I went too early, didn't I?
So I'll share it.
Yeah. Did I say since you guys are new, you won't be too early?
Yeah. Nice.
I mean, on paper, it's
I'm
true.
kind of glad I got it out of the way.
Yeah.
It's so good though, man.
All right. Let me know if you need help.
No, I think it's working.
Good, because I'm bad
There
at
we
shit.
go.
I can't tell how much time I spent.
Oh man.
Man.
nice.
Nice.
I wish I'd painted it after seeing everybody paint it, but I draw this week. At first, I was going to go for when I was growing up. I fear geckos. I still do. In Jamaica, they get pretty big. It's like just something visceral about it. Just seeing how they move.
How
Yeah.
big?
You know,
A gecko?
yeah. For whatever reason, there's just something about them. Just thinking about it's like a thing in Jamaica in a weird way.
Ah.
One in the house is like considered bad luck, even though they get rid of insects. You know.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And I grew up watching all the monster movies and horror movies I shouldn't have watched. This is in the 80s, you know. When I was doing this, I was thinking at first of doing like, centipede crawling on the bed, going to bite you or something. That's another thing. And I said, no, being treated by a gigantic gecko is about to eat you. You're on some desert island, like one of the 80s horror movies.
Huh.
So,
Yeah, nice.
that last moment. So that's what I did with this. And I didn't spend as much time as I should. Because I get up early in the morning, I started sketching some little thumbnails of it. I said, I want to draw giant lizards.
Dude, it looks impressive, man. I think geckos are
Yeah.
adorable personally, but I've never met one my size. So, I mean, you know.
Komodo dragons, they say they can't climb trees and they get big. But then if you go back far enough in history, you have all these gigantic reptiles. And I said, at some point they could, and they probably would, think
Yeah,
nice.
they could relearn.
Yeah.
That dude looks like he is scrambling to stay up there.
He's kind of been injured. He's up there. That one's going, and I kind of put another one at the top.
Yes.
Like his knife and his ripped clothes.
Watch out behind you, dude.
No.
Dude, your directional lines, like how you do that,
Yeah.
are phenomenal, man. I love that. Like, in all
Yeah.
your work, like your lines are just so masterful. So
I love the
that.
texture.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much energy in that.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing I do. I mean, like I guess from doing all pen work, when you're speaking about, growing up as artists you admired, it was comic books, old, storybooks. And then I started discovering work, Franklin Booth, those guys, and I started copying their pen lines. Didn't realize exactly someone that was actually etching,
Yeah.
whole thing, and plus stuff I learned in school. So, I don't know. That's my contribution about it, and just like, yeah, geckos, they bother me. I don't know why.
No, it's valid, man.
Just turn off the Geico commercials, huh?
The weird.
Nope.
This is just kind of weird. But the first thing I drew today on my sketch file was a gecko. Like when we started the stream, I was like, like I'm working on my sketch file right now. The first thing I drew was a gecko. That's really,
Man's
that's
already
really weird.
traumatized, dude. Like we could.
It was in the air.
They fly now.
Some lizards do fly.
No, see, I'm still stuck on this. How big can a gecko get, or is this just you?
Big enough.
It's my fear of them being gigantic.
You ask a
Okay,
question.
okay.
Yeah.
Is it
You
most
started
lizards or
freaking-
just
you guys are
geckos?
freaking me out with your fears.
Is it most lizards or just geckos?
Not just geckos for a reason. I mean, I'm better about it now. It's like you learn more about it, but
Okay.
I mean, it's when I was growing up, I guess partly my mom was afraid of them. People were afraid of them for a reason. They just didn't want him around.
Yeah.
And sometimes you wake up and want to be right on the wall next to your head or something.
Yeah. If I
Yes.
met a gecko in Australia, I'm pretty sure that I would just naturally fear for my life because everything in Australia, like it's just an alternate version that it's gonna eat
It's
you.
poison.
Exactly.
Right.
It wants to kill you.
Right.
Exactly what I was thinking about. Is actually have like I was reading like some history that said they had like a 23-foot kind of lizard down there at some point.
Yeah.
That was almost like a Komodo dragon times, just massive, just wandering about. Imagine,
Yep.
But yeah. I wish I'd painted it. I'd seen y'all guys work so far, but
No, man, there's a lot
This is-
in this.
this is
Like,
awesome.
and we've
Yeah.
done
Oh, yeah, there's a
pencil
ton,
sketches
dude.
before, and if you really want to finish it, we do have an episode. I don't know when, but we do tease it.
It's
that
gotta
we're
be.
gonna-
It's gotta be season 5.
I swear I'll
I'm gonna finish
this
that.
episode where we'll just go back and anybody who missed any of them that want to do one or go back and finish them. So.
Yeah, because I mean, when you go see these guys at a convention, a lot of them have finished pieces they say they're going to finish, and there's prints. Stuff
True.
like this.
We actually do finish stuff.
Oh, yeah. It's like procrastination. That's what I'm trying to do sometimes with this thing. But I've drawn a few different things with it. So, it's fun to draw too. So that was the thing.
I always hope you guys look at this as like an outlet for fun more than doing. If you guys do this for a living and it's work, I hope the Pin Click is a fun place.
Yeah, I definitely had fun with this.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it, said, don't get too cerebral and draw something and start like a little thumbnail, really rough mock up. Say, oh, guy in a tree, big lizard. All right.
That's awesome. It's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
I mean, a cup of coffee because I get it really early from a day job. I was like, all right, let me draw this a little bit.
Yeah.
Get home, work, draw a little bit more.
The one in the background is such a great touch.
Yeah.
Because I see we're not going to survive, but
a little peekaboo.
He has a knife, but
What kind of lead do you use? Like,
I'm not sure what it is. I think it's on part 3B, 2B. You just came with a pack. It's just like one of these I bought from Amazon.
okay.
So first I was going
I was
to
gonna ask because it's dark. Like you were a little dark, and I was like, oh, that's...
no. I worked on it really light. Then I went into Photoshop and it.
Oh, okay.
See,
I use an H, so everything looks like I'm not even drawing.
Yeah.
But I was just wondering. I was like, how's he? He must.
I
Doesn't have a heavier lead.
That's the idea about it. I said, all right, I'll draw it. It's going to be light. I'm going to just drag it in there. I'll compost it because it's like an inferior large.
Yes.
I said, all right, let me just mess with the values, make some things pop out, then have it saved just in case I ever decide to do something with it. So,
Awesome.
I mean, sometimes I use charcoal, but not this.
That's really good.
I love it. Yeah, I want him to be Cliff Gamble.
Oh
Big
yeah.
shout out to Cliff.
Yeah.
That's a Cliff.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen him yet this season.
Like, cause he'll draw something traditionally, then take it into Photoshop, or he'll draw and sometimes paint something traditionally, take it into Photoshop, and then do more with it in
Yeah, just
there.
kinda make
and
little
it comes out
adjustments and
really,
stuff.
really cool. Like he
Yeah.
has like these really cool methods on how he executes his work. So, big shout out to Cliff Good.
All right, Eric.
All right, I'm ready this time.
Okay.
You better be ready.
This is gonna be a big Eric Teach episode.
The bell tolls for thee.
So, much like Jared,
Oh.
it's a bedroom at my grandparents' place with these cedar wood, or I'm sorry, cypress wood wood paneling around the room, and like there was all this weird symmetry and such, and you could see faces and things in the wood paneling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was like
Oh,
my
that Paradonia.
Very familiar.
Yeah, this
My
strikes a
grandma
chord
had
in
creepy
anybody.
doors.
Uh,
How big is that?
it's sketchbook size. Unfortunately, I didn't really have enough time to take it
No,
to
I mean,
full
it looks,
scale.
no, it looks
It's
awesome.
really
I
nice.
was
The
just curious,
paneling
like-
is sick.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that
Yeah.
definitely takes me back
Yeah.
to my childhood. Just
My favorite thing about it is that the monster is scary, but it also reminds me of like a 30s cartoon.
like a
You
Scooby
know,
Doo villain.
Yeah.
No, like old cartoons, like where the trees would have like eyes and stuff, and it'd be like
Oh,
the
yeah.
window blowing, and it'd go woo. You
Oh,
know,
That
Yeah.
Max Fleischer stuff.
Yeah, little spooky,
Yeah.
scary skeletons.
you hear like a creepy knock, and then you look outside, and there's like a cow with its cowbell, like
Yeah.
My
I've
grandparents
been-
you
had a
know
bedroom.
that kind of relatable thing.
He is like tucked in like super hard. Like you couldn't escape if you wanted to.
Dude, he should be, and he's smart because his feet aren't hanging out the
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah.
Vacuum sealed.
I've been there. This one kind of this struck a chord. I've seen it all.
I think a lot of people have had that when they were kids, where so they've seen wood grain or whatever, and they look
Oh,
at it
yeah.
and see a face that's
Mhm.
screaming. Like there's one time I'd seen a face screaming, and I looked at another panel, and I saw another face in there that looked like it was screaming, and then another one. And I was like,
They found him on the floor crying and shaking. This was last week. He's not even as a kid.
yeah.
Well, that's just how scary old school wooden paneling is.
Man,
Rude.
wood
Oh,
paneling.
it's so tacky. Oh, I'm
All it
terrified.
needs is that big ass like CRT console TV in the corner that is
Yeah.
responsible for like most of our scars on our forehead.
Well, anything's better than the eyeless little girl lamp that was at my great grandma's house.
Oh,
This lamp, and it had a ceramic little girl holding flowers, but for some reason, the eyes were carved out of it.
Oh,
Oh.
It was in the red room, is what we called it too.
Grandparents' houses are the scariest. That's all I'm
No.
learning.
That I guess that's the theme of tonight.
wait, I'm a
Grandparent
grandma
house.
now. Am I supposed to have a creepy room?
You have to have a creepy
Yes.
room for no reason.
You gotta have your creepy
that.
room now.
You have a random axe leaning against
Yeah,
the
you
wall.
do.
so-
That was the first thing I
That's true.
noticed. Like, oh my.
Shout out to Brandon Lather, and he made that. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
um,
No, this is cool,
I
man. Your
like
pencil
this.
work is
Yeah,
So good.
yeah.
Top notch
Yeah.
as usual.
I
Fantastic.
appreciate that, guys. Thank you.
Fantastic.
again, that truck stop hipsters.
And again, that tree outside the window.
Oh, yeah.
Every old person needs that tree accomplice.
That's true.
Exactly.
like you guys don't get some of you guys know Eric and his work, but for people who don't, Eric drew truck stop hipsters here, and all his pages he painted those. Like he painted
It's
every
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrifying to me.
That's
I
the
was
scariest.
told
That's the
my
scariest
originals.
part of tonight.
Hand every
Yeah,
single
that's the
page. He has
scariest
an
part of tonight.
oversized.
And then he painted his originals. Woo!
Watercolor too, no less.
And if you all stick around till the end of the episode, you can find out where to find that truck stop.
Yeah. We'll
Teaser.
definitely get there.
Now, this is like if I'd had to come up with something that scared me as a kid, I couldn't think of one particular thing really, but Jared's and Eric's have just reminded me. Mark, when we lived in Hannibal for 1 year, Hannibal, Missouri, and Mark Twain was in my closet.
Whoa.
And my mom just thought I was, crazy. And one night she finally laid down in my bed with me, and my clothes were in the closet hanging exactly in the shape of his face. And it even freaked out my mom. She moved my clothes, and she's like, "I'm so sorry. Go to sleep."
That's it. It started off like a Doctor
Amazing.
Who episode.
You guys have just brought that out of me. Thank you. I'll have
You're
nightmares
welcome.
tonight. I will have
It's
nightmares.
therapy tonight. Let's get it in, folks.
Lord, I thought it was just for you guys. All right, next, Isaac is going to show us what he was
Okay.
frightened of.
Oh, I'm not ready for this. I'm scared.
Get ready and traumatize us.
Oh, no.
Hmm. Well, I got it pulled up, but it doesn't. No.
Rachel says your paneling is phenomenal. She likes how it's part of the wall but coming out of the wall.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Like
much,
real wood
Rachel.
paneling does.
Yes, yes. I gotta put some wood paneling in the grandkids' room. All right.
Gotta get some of that
When
shag
you're
carpet
chained in the
to go with that
basement for
wood
most of your
paneling.
life, you kind of get familiar with the walls.
Oh.
85 to 90% of grandparents have wood panel walls. It's like up the law or something.
Statistics, yeah.
So, Deanna,
They're like, hey, your
Oh, wow.
grandparent.
So.
Oh,
Oh, my
snap.
Oh man!
Wow.
I remember those.
Yeah.
My pet-
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
you remember those?
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
but where's the
We're showing
lady?
our age a bit.
All the
love
old
my
people are like,
grandma.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel good. I don't know this one.
Oh, you do? Yeah. My,
I'm
I think
really
it's
young,
called
you
My
guys.
Pet Monster. I think it was like
Oh.
1986 when it came
Right
out.
there.
Yeah.
Daryl
There
has
is.
Okay.
Daryl's got one.
Command
Okay,
toys.
it's on
Of course,
camera.
Daryl
That's,
has one.
Wait,
that's it. Yeah.
Daryl, show it again. There it is.
Show it
Yeah.
off.
Hi.
It's
He had-
real. That's
The
Yeah.
girls
awesome.
have taken his handcuffs, but he came with handcuffs that he could break so he could attack.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Right.
I understand this one a lot because I was given him as a Christmas gift, and like 3 weeks after, I had a terrible nightmare where he was
Whoa.
eating our cattle. And so then until I graduated high school, he lived in my closet every night. Like I could not have him out of closet.
I don't remember how old I was when I got one. An uncle just like had appeared in my house. I must have been like 3 or 4. Appeared in my house, appeared next to me with this in my face. I don't even know what happened to it after that, but I was very upset.
Yeah.
I was very young.
Especially
But
if
since then, I think it's ingrained in my psyche. And
you're like 2 or
nose
3,
is-
he
is
was
kind of
probably as tall
phallic,
as you were.
which is maybe part of what's scary, and the
Oh.
warts and the huge
Yeah.
teeth. So I,
And that nose.
Yeah.
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 It's
Is
really
he
So-
everything around Barbie dolls? Please tell me he is.
No, those are children. This, yeah, this is what he was to me. This is what I was afraid of. I tried to capture that,
Seeing
this
this and
is,
then just knowing what you do for a living, it just tickles. You know, like it's just.
This is how I did it.
nice.
Oh wow.
So that's ink wash. So,
You'll have to show us again after you stop sharing screen.
oh, okay, yeah.
You
so
don't have to
pop up.
stop yet, but yeah, afterwards, show us
Yeah,
again.
it's ink wash. I put a little bit of a cream color on the background, adjusted the levels a bit in Clip Studio Paint,
Yeah.
and
I can't put my finger on it, but this feels a lot different than some of your other work. And
yeah, I mean the ink wash is part of that.
Yeah.
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 Um,
I like the look of it.
Yeah, Rachel likes the treatment of fur.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
fur looks
Oh,
awesome.
the
yeah.
fur,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the lighting.
I like the perspective.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He looks
the
huge.
perspective on the figure.
Yeah, he looks huge.
Yeah.
Just like
Right.
the
Yes.
undersides
So I
of-
exaggerated the perspective where, yeah, there's like he's like it looks like he's looking up because we're sort of seeing under his chin, so it's as if he's large. Yeah.
Was it a process to decide on the pose of the right hand of his left hand on the right of the victim? Like, cause that's
His left.
his left.
I didn't do any sketching. I just like drew it. I mean, like there were no
It's-
thumbnails. It was
it's
just
an
like I
interesting
just
pose
I
for-
just drew him posed, and then I put like kids in his hands. That's
That's 100% trauma, baby.
He wanted to be drawn.
That'll hold
He's
up
thought about this
I just
already.
manifested.
Isaac's taking this drawing to his therapist next week.
I was gonna.
He's like, this is it.
Yeah.
But man, it's so well done.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
He'll probably frame it and hang it up. Like, oh, that's probably not the right response, huh?
so
When you
far,
have grandchildren, you frame this and hang it in the room.
Yeah, next to the axe on the wood paneling.
Oh,
like this straight up feels like you captured an entity.
Right, and it just looks so blank and cold.
Yeah,
Like it,
it's an entity.
Yeah.
like somebody, like the
That's
cop
what I
showed
went
up,
for.
and he's like, "Oh, what? These? No, these." I
I'm holding them for a friend.
Oh, yeah. I tried to capture some of the details in the doll. Like he has like almost like a corduroy horns,
Okay, yeah.
Uh-huh.
and then his chest is, I think, like a crushed velvet kind of wrinkled.
Kind of similar, yeah.
Yeah, so I was trying to capture some of those textures, make it, and like try to make the hands look puffy because they're kind of shiny, and like capture some of those textures with the way that I inked it to make him feel like a doll.
Oh
like,
no.
and yet, clearly alive too. So it was a lot of fun, and I
like
really
that.
enjoyed trying ink wash because I just felt like that's what it needed. I haven't really done that before. I can't recall doing it. I probably have a few times.
I like how
been a while.
minimal but effective your surface treatment is, like of the hair and the nose, with the textures and everything. It's like less is more, and it's just really effective, especially once you put that wash in. You can see how you were following where the hairs were on the upper lip, and it works. Looks really good.
Yeah. If that was your first ink wash, I definitely want to see more.
Yeah, right.
Here, I need to turn this light on so you can see it better. Okay, here's the original.
oh wow.
Yeah.
Let me see if
That's
I go-
awesome.
That's big.
Fantastic.
Yep, thank you.
Is it a long or a short explanation? What is ink wash?
Watered down ink, black ink.
Okay.
Fantastic.
On Bristol, because that's what I always use. So it worked.
Did you have
Okay,
like
now
a
Daryl,
like a-
show us the doll again. Now that you're a bigger
Yeah.
square.
Yeah.
So did you have like a special pen with like an ink, and you dab water into it, or was it like you watered down ink separately and used a brush?
I watered the ink down and then like in a container and then brushed from that so that it was consistently the same amount of ink,
Cool, man.
and then layered it some to make it darker in spots. Yeah.
Can I add that I thought it was hilarious that Isaac was like, "Man, this thing was terrifying," and Daryl's like, "You need this thing right here."
My best buddy.
I was like, "Oh man."
It only took me 20 years to get to that point. So.
Yeah, you throw it away.
Yeah, if you hadn't got to that point, you just start crying slowly.
Exactly.
In your
I'm still
closet.
stuck with you.
Just
Like I think Isaac just broke a curse. Now he can be free.
Yeah, right.
That's what we're all about here at the Pin Clique.
Just help each other out,
Isn't that why you all became artists? To just get all this out on paper? Yes.
Yeah, we don't go to therapy. We do art.
Yeah.
It's like being jinxed, where you can't tell people that you're jinxed. So you just have to hope that some fan just breaks the curse before.
All right. We're about midway through, so I think Gary, you should go now.
Oh, okay.
Not first, not last.
You guys see my screen?
Yep.
Mhm.
Jaw.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't spend a long time on this. I really didn't. But I think it's effective though, because this is just a very nightmarish image in my brain. Might not be for you.
Yeah, how about no?
It's already made it to the second
Oh,
stair,
no.
Gary.
You're practically dead. That face.
Yeah, I
No.
know.
Yeah,
Would
that's
you be unhappy to be in the basement?
I'll zoom in a little bit.
Oof.
There you go.
No.
Oh,
It's so
Mm-mm.
Yup.
I know how this ends.
So when I was a kid, I used to hate the apartment store mannequins. And like they would just
Clearly.
terrify me because they looked like us, but they weren't
Okay.
us. And
Yeah.
there was this Twilight Zone episode about this woman who was being stalked by mannequins, and then she finds out later that she actually is a mannequin, and it's someone else. That it's another mannequin's turn to go out into the world and live as a person. And they just, I don't know, they just freak me out. There's just something about it's like the uncanny valley for me. When I was a kid, my mom would always tease me. She would be like, and she was like, "You better stay over here. That the thing's gonna grab you." So it's like, you know, it's like, oh my god. So and then, it's the 80s because it's stranger danger, but it's nothing stranger than a mannequin grabbing you. So, but yeah, I just kind of picture like you're in your living room or something, and it's like 2 or 3 in the morning, and you fall asleep, you fell asleep on the couch or something, and then you just hear something loud in your basement, and you're just like, what is that? And then you just open the door, and this is what you see.
And then I shut the door and sell the house.
A big ass dresser in front of the door.
Why is there a board nailed up right here?
What I originally was gonna do in this was gonna have her, but you wouldn't be able to see it very well. I was gonna have her holding like his car keys in her hand.
Oh
no.
Like, oh yeah,
That
exactly.
mannequin's
That's
playing
the
chess.
reaction that I would want if you saw
Being helpful.
that. He's like, oh no.
Yeah, being helpful. Hey, I found these.
Did you mean to leave these in the basement?
Are you going to see your other mannequin?
But no, yeah, that was always one of my big
shadows are
phobias.
nice.
Yes, that was the thing that immediately grabbed me.
Yeah.
The what?
Dark shadows.
Yeah.
Oh.
As much as I hate to say it, will you zoom in on the face again?
You.
Those eyes.
Yeah, I love that the eyes
Little bit
are
of
actually
shine
rendered.
on the cheeks.
Yeah.
Hate everything about it and love it at the same time.
Yeah, this is great.
I mean, like seriously, man, open the door of your basement and just see that. Actually, that'd be hilarious prank to tell you somebody.
I'm
like,
leaving.
Hey, go see what that is, and they're like, they open the door.
I'm gonna shut my door and walk away.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever
It's
seen
not a
like,
basement
it's
anymore.
funny because we were talking about geckos earlier. There's a Geico commercial where this guy buys this new house and they're in the attic and there's just like a bunch of mannequins sitting around the table and they're all like super creepy. And
Is there wood paneling in there by any chance?
He's like, well, enjoy your new home. Like,
We're all triggered by Geico.
The weird thing is, it said Pin Click Season 4.
Who this episode should be brought to you by.
We need to share these drawings with that commercial to them. Maybe.
Yeah.
Sponsor us.
That's
Yeah,
really
this is
good.
this was my phobia.
And now it's
It's
ours.
legit.
Now it's
Yeah.
ours. That's awesome. That's fantastic.
Yeah, well done, man.
Fantastic.
Thank you all.
You know, that's something I didn't foresee when you guys came up with this topic. Now we're all scared of the things you're scared of.
Gary does have a thing about like objects that seem to be human or trying to be human, but failing just enough. That whole uncanny valley thing. That
Yeah,
it translates
yeah,
into so many different things. Like I don't know why Gary even bothers getting out of bed in the morning. Like it's just
Yeah, Gary lives in the uncanny valley.
He's just distracting himself from understanding how uncanny he himself is.
We did discuss that he might be AI.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Be checking into that. I'll be talking to Lauren about setting some stuff up in your basement.
Somebody hold up a capture. So you can read it.
We have an attic. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I mean,
Well,
thank
would you
you.
rather have it come up the stairs or down the stairs at you? Because down is a lot quicker and easier for them.
Yeah, you can kick it down the stairs. You knock it. If you knock it in the attic, it comes down.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, because I mean, it doesn't look like she was going to have an easy
Speaking
time
of
getting up the
basements,
stairs.
I will tell you guys this. If you haven't seen it already, this is kind of what it reminded me of. See the movie Barbarian. If you haven't seen it.
No, I saw it. No.
You did?
Yeah.
No more.
Wait, you said you saw it, and then
Airbnbs.
you said no.
No more. It's done. That thing, you try to guess what's going to happen, and it's never.
Oh yeah, that's the beauty of it. Like that's the most beautiful thing about that movie. You're like, oh no, oh no, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's rare that you get a movie that does something you haven't seen.
Like Hereditary.
Yeah, Hereditary's awesome.
I just saw that the other night. It annoyed the crap out of me. I need somebody to explain it. I think it's probably better if somebody explains some things to me because it just made me mad. Just made me mad.
I loved it. That's probably my favorite horror movie. There's The Witch too. I don't know. I can't make any declarative statements.
Dude, Deep House. Deep House is amazing.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Dope movie. Yeah.
All right, while we're on the topic, Malignant was one that actually did something I hadn't seen before.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one.
I haven't seen that one either.
Check out Malignant. I think it was a couple years ago. Yeah. It's got a twist.
Is that the one about the boathouse?
No.
Okay, I'm thinking of a different movie.
Something about that movie felt like early 2000s nostalgic to me. I don't know why, but it felt like a movie I would have watched with my best friend in the early 2000s. Like rented at the video store when we shouldn't have been able to.
Yeah.
Walk to Diamond Video, and I don't know. I loved it.
Well, after the creepiness of tonight, I'm gonna watch Hocus Pocus later.
Body music on YouTube. Put the mannequin in the backseat of the car so when he's backing up, he sees it in the rearview mirror. Just those shiny cheeks just staring at him.
Oh, nice.
He'll just keep it in reverse and roll out of the car.
All right, next up, we have got. Turn around backwards. Nate.
Oh, it's me?
Yes, I turned it around to the camera. I'm like, I can't read that.
All right.
Wait a minute. Lauren says you would not believe what we found in our attic.
Oh yeah.
I gotta ask.
Yeah. We had I heard noises in the attic, so I had to go up there. Lauren was scared, so she wouldn't come with me. She's like, I'm gonna stay down here. I'm like, okay. So I'm shining a flashlight because when you hear something, you think critters. You're looking all underneath. Possum, skunk, squirrel, anything that likes to get in an attic.
Homunculus.
So I'm looking up here, and then our attic cuts off to where it does this, and it goes. We see way back to the other side of the house, and I was shining the flashlight back there, and there's this little gray fox that got in our garage and up to our attic. That was staying up there, and so the neighbor and I had to get it out of there. It didn't bite or try to do anything. It just trotted on out, but it was weird. I'm just like,
oh no.
I'd have a pet fox.
Last week we had a raccoon up there. We had to get him out with bread or little bread crumbs.
Nice.
And the chicken. And then he came out and he ate the chicken, but then the skunk found the other stuff, and then the skunk walked into the garage where the attic was. And so I had to get the skunk out.
Where the hell do you live?
Yeah, this is awesome.
I live on Elvin Woods,
Midwest story I've heard.
yeah, it was fun. So luckily I didn't get sprayed.
Sounds pretty lit. That's awesome.
I was saying, there's like a children's book party going on in your house.
Yeah. Never a dull moment at the Bedell household. I swear to you.
He lives in a web comic.
Oh.
So when I was a kid, and I, like I was scared of like Chucky for a little bit, and like those My Buddy dolls and whatnot, just because they. But when I was a kid, what actually I learned, I was at Disney World when I discovered my fear. And I don't know if it's a full blown phobia, but it's definitely something that I kind of enjoy it because it gets my anxiety all up. But I have what is called, I guess technically it's a submechanophobia.
What?
Oh.
Yes.
And it's not water. It's not, real life object. It's man-made objects submerged underwater.
Oh.
Oh, hold on. I don't think they can see it on Facebook.
Dude, that's awesome.
Really?
I see
I
your
can see-
background on
Yeah, I
Facebook.
can. Oh, I'm looking at a guy underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the
Nice.
Zoom I can see that, but on the Facebook page I can't.
Oh.
Facebook is a little bit delayed.
Yeah.
Not this delayed.
Oh.
Yeah, Nate, I'd watch some videos about that phobia. It's very interesting, man.
Is it not?
It's showing your webcomic background.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's my desktop.
Yeah, desktop.
But that's it?
Yeah, on Facebook for
Yeah.
some reason.
All right. Well,
Are you sharing the wrong thumbnail?
no, I'll just share this. I don't even know why they bother with it.
Oh. I love my dual monitors, but I can't figure out what I'm showing when I have them both on.
What in the world? There, is that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's there. Yeah.
Awesome.
So I have this thing about. Yeah, sorry, I'm like balancing 4 different things on 2 monitors. I don't know which one it wants to. I mean, I tell it to share a window, and it just doesn't. Anyways, yeah. So
That's when
like,
we're bad mouthing AI. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Gary, do your job.
So the problem I had was I was in Disney World. I did a submarine ride. It was 10,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Oh.
And what freaked me out the most were these bright colored plastic like mermaids, like just waving, just like smiling. And it was just these giant plastic things underwater, and then there were like gears turning and stuff to move things like the animatronics underwater. And that I don't know, it just kind of ruined me ever since then. So
Whoa.
like anytime I see objects like made by people, especially large objects underwater, it just gets me, like my anxiety just kind of goes. And I don't know why. I think it's like the closest thing to haunted, like something like we walked through the aquarium in London, and they had like a whole area where there were like these statues and stuff underwater, and it was in an aquarium. I wasn't in water, but it was like just seeing that haunting image of not people, but like statues of people, like almost like it was. Or in Stockton Lake, how they flooded it over and it like ruined, and it just flooded entire cities. Well, you can scuba dive down there and like swim through towns that are now submerged in water, and it's like it's like a haunted house, but like on another plane. I can't explain why I get all fired up.
Dude,
about it
you've
so
got to
much.
see Deep House.
That's what I was just
Deep
going
House.
to say.
Yeah.
No, why would I? See,
You
I made the
have to watch
mistake
it.
of. I made the
I
mistake
just told
of-
you I'm afraid of these things.
One of the first things I did with my VR headset was scroll around it, or was a sunken ship tour, and there were sharks up above. The sharks didn't bother me. Oh, I think everything froze.
Yeah.
We're
But-
listening.
No, we can hear you.
No,
Yeah,
I didn't see anybody, but no, it's like all the sharks didn't bother me. They belong there. But like this little, but I saw this like little paddle boat just sitting in like a bench and stuff, like just sitting in the dirt at the bottom of the ocean, and that freaked me out more than anything. Or a child's play set, like a swing set, just so. Anyways,
There's something about anything in water that's kind of disturbing, I think.
The displacement of light, yeah.
I do not have an underwater thing. I really like. I think things are fascinating. As a matter of fact, I want like a room, like with couches and furniture and everything, just completely full to the ceiling with water.
Oh,
So I can swim around in it.
well, if I put it there, I think it's different.
And Nate will
Gonna
never
be
visit
like
you.
your
And that's the thing. It's not like
super villain lair.
I think it's fascinating and it's interesting and it's exciting, but but yeah, I can only in small doses. Like there's this, or being in the water next to a boat is fine until I see the bottom of the boat underneath the water.
oh no.
I'm like,
The giant propellers.
or like you turn
and
around and
stuff.
you see like a cruise ship propeller underwater, like the whole, like bridges are fine until I go underwater and see the pillars that go all the way down to the bottom. Like it's just weird.
Oh. Okay, could it be this? Because what you've drawn here, it looks like a part of the background, but it's slowly coming out. That is creepy to me.
The unseen part, like it's.
Yeah, like it's not there, but then it is.
Well, could you imagine? Because I mean, if you had low visibility, and you just suddenly come up on like I don't know, like a bench, just from out of nowhere, within like 6 feet of you, it just kind of comes into view like a chair. Like, what is this chair doing here? Like, like what? What's the story? This place is haunted. Like it's.
You know, it reminds me of that scene in the movie AI where he goes into Coney Island and he gets trapped underneath that Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
You guys know what I'm talking about? Like he's in a submarine and he's like going to see the blue fairy at Coney Island. And he goes down there through there and boom, there goes the Ferris wheel on top of him. I bet that scene was hell for you, man.
When we were on the cruise ship, I was like, I want to jump off. I was like, we were up like several stories high. I was like, I want to jump off. She goes, that's fine. She goes, don't do that. Don't be dumb. But I'm like, but like, there's a bridge over there and there's a ladder. I can just get on it. She goes, yeah, you'll be fine until you get to the bridge and realize there's more underneath the water, and then you'll panic and freeze up. And I'm like, oh yeah, maybe, maybe I won't.
What? Oh.
No, this was really simple. I did this in Procreate. I used maybe like 2 or 3 different brushes. I wanted to play with the bubble light. There's a handful of brushes in here that I hadn't used before, so I kept it pretty simple, and I did it in layers. There's mostly just textures, and I didn't line anything. I just blocked in shapes and then add definitions to spots that I thought would stand out a little bit more with the lighting. And
I like the caustic with the caustic water pattern.
It's really good.
You really feel the
executed.
atmosphere in it.
Neat. Appreciate
Like
it.
Yeah, the diffuse
giant
light and
statues of
everything. It has like
water
a
is scary.
claustrophobic feeling to
It's
it.
just-
Yeah.
Your line
Yeah.
of sight is the only like bubble you have, and it's like it's not very far, and
Mhm.
just stumbling on something that was once occupied by people or owned by people, like it just tells a story just sitting there. Like, what are you doing here?
Dude, if we ever went scuba diving and then we saw a mannequin underwater, we'd
No, well, David Frizzell, one of our artist buddies here, he scuba dives. He's a licensed scuba diver.
Yeah.
My dad always wanted to, and he knows my condition. But I told him, like, Dad, if that means you get to go out and actually scuba dive for once in your life, I will go with you. Just be prepared to drag me out, because for the most part, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy and exciting. But like, there's probably a trigger somewhere where I'll just be like, nope, and just. But I mean, it seems fun, but yeah, that's me. That's my life.
Every one of these is creeping me out slightly, just a little more for different reasons. Ah.
Yes, we
yeah.
should be afraid of everything.
It sounds.
Yes, we're not fixing anything. We're just gonna be frightened of everything after this. All right. Next up, I got James.
James.
What you got? What is frightening you today, James?
Life.
Wow.
I'd
That's a
laugh
whole
if it
other
was just like a
topic.
big old sheet of taxes. Like that's all it was.
Just the black screen. Like, what is that?
Oh, wait, turn it off!
Oh,
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
I don't see anything.
That's one I've never thought before.
Yeah.
This feels like another grandmother's house.
So
sort of
let's
thing.
put this in Grandma's house.
Yeah.
Yes. My
We've
grandparents
made a
had
lot of jokes about those lamps in other ways, but not that.
Yeah.
I'm saying they're always boob lamps, aren't they?
It's different when they're on the ceiling.
If I was a kid, I was definitely afraid of these things at night. If the light went out, I would freak out. Like I'd have to run across the room to something that had light. And I would have literal nightmares at night about this as a kid. And,
Wow.
Yeah, these things freaked the hell out of me for the longest time for some reason. I mean, just, yeah.
Did you ever figure out why?
I think it was the shape or something, but in the dreams, they would always come at the back of your neck
Oh.
and just get on your neck. And that's when I would wake up at that point.
Oh my goodness.
So as
You
soon
know
as
how you
we
know
came
this
up with
fear is real?
prompt- So when
You
we
know
were
this
at
is
our
real
meeting,
because he's
coming up
thought
with the
about those
prompt,
teeth.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did this
Yeah,
pop
this
into
is-
your head immediately
That's
when we
pretty
first
legit.
figured out the prompt? Like we're all just
Oh,
sitting
yeah.
in a circle around the table, and you're just like,
Now here's a question: like when you were younger, if there were other light fixtures that probably freaked you out. So if it was like the more intricate it was it scarier? The more
The more Art Nouveau style, ornate it was.
So what about the leg lamp with the stocking? Did that
Oh, the
have-
leg laying of the stocking's awesome. I want one.
He's like,
I'll
that
be
one
like
will need
Ralphie
me.
going,
Yeah,
"Mm."
you put stockings on these lamps.
Oh my
and we'll
God.
talk.
You really would not have done well with my great grandma's lamp then.
That
the
thing had a foul mouth on it.
eyeless lamp, the eyeless little girl lamp.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
That may not have
That
bothered.
is
I
such a
don't know. It just
fascinating phobia,
depends. But
James.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
I always had a room in the basement, and going down the stairs, you know, there was only one light switch, and you had to turn it off at the top and then go down the stairs in the dark.
that sounds like a hazard.
Yeah. Eric, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
Especially
when
when
you
you're
guys know you're an
sprinting.
adult. If you're
Sounds like
reacting
the
to
craftsman
that,
house I used to live in.
Sounds like a hazard. Oh, that's funny.
I mean, I
Especially
can
when you
watch
turn it
horror
off and there's a
movies all day
mannequin down
long.
there.
That's not
It's not really scary.
there's
Only
something
one-
about the way it's mouth, the open mouth one.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's something really that's about to get your skin.
Yeah, it wants to drink your delicious body juices. Leave you look like a raisin.
There's something oddly alluring.
With your head full of eyeballs.
It needs electrolytes from you.
Electro
All right.
lights.
Uh,
Well, guys, I've got to duck out early. My kid's trying to go sleep, and so,
Oh no. Do you
yeah,
have
I
time to show?
gotta go.
Wait, that's Chris talking, right? Or Jared?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Chris.
Yeah, I gotta
Do you
go.
have time to show real quick?
No, I think my kid's going to bed. So
Ah!
yeah, we're in one room. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, my kid's going to bed. So
I'm sorry. I wish you'd warned me ahead of time.
I didn't
You're all
know. I didn't know it was gonna. I didn't know it was gonna go to bed that. He was gonna go to bed that early. So yeah.
Oh. Well, shoot.
Yeah.
Send this to us later to share later, or if you want
Okay,
us
yeah.
to share it,
Yeah, I have a whole write up for it.
Oh, whoa, boo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I will see you guys around.
All
All
right, thanks,
right.
Shower Man. It's good seeing
All
you.
right.
You
All
are.
right. Happy Halloween, guys.
Yeah.
Happy
Chris.
Halloween, buddy.
Yeah.
See, now I know his was going to be the scariest.
Probably. Yes. Well, shoot. Well, that just leaves one then, because
Yeah.
we're down to Daryl.
Well, we'll just have to throw it in next month's episode before we start.
Yeah,
We're
we
gonna
got
have
to
to.
see.
Yeah.
Because he usually does have a great story to go
Right.
with it.
Well, the stuff's awesome. So, okay, I had two ideas. As a kid, I had two reoccurring nightmares, and one I did not want to put on my screen, so I went with the other one.
Oh,
Uh,
really? So you're not up for that one.
The first one was the first house that I lived in. The neighbor, there was a teenager that lived there that was a meth head. And I was like 3, and he would stand outside my bedroom window and just stare in. So he's all gaunt and like sunken eyed and stuff. So I still have nightmares of just something like undead outside my windows just staring at me. And I didn't want to draw that.
It's still fresh in my head. I ain't gonna put that on you.
So I went with the second one, which for whatever reason was a reoccurring nightmare.
Oh.
Jesus.
The Night Watchman.
Oh,
It was the same every single time. I would get up in my dream and go to my back door, and this black knight would be standing there, and it would just slowly open the door, and I'd freak out and run back to my bed and hide under the covers, and then I would just hear it moving through the house, just the sound of the armor clinking as it would slowly get up next to my bed, and then hear it raise the sword above its head, and then I'd wake up right as it pulled like a ring wraith right down on me.
That's wild,
So-
man.
I like the
I
way
mean, he
it's
looks
done,
cool. It sucks it was a nightmare.
man.
So
Like, I'd invite him in to play Nintendo and completely change the script.
and I'm 90% sure that it's from Bed Knobs and Broomsticks, like the original thing that got me all of the like empty face nights and stuff that Andrew.
Oh yeah. I forgot all about that. Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, so yeah, still creeps me out. Just a black knight slowly moving through the house. And like sometimes I would try to like in my dream I would try to be tricksy, and like once I realized I was going down the hallway and he'd be there, I'd turn around and run back to my bed, but then I'd still hear the back door open and him come through the house, and there was no escaping him at all.
oh my.
I like that it even looks like a dream. Like those like kind of hazy-ish parts on it.
Yeah.
and-
Everywhere around him is kind of fuzzy and
Yeah. Like the colors, it feels like a dream.
I was going for a little bit of the Stephen Gamel scary stories to tell in the dark.
oh yeah.
Where it's all got
Yeah.
like weird wispies and stuff. But I also was thinking, like, considering how much I dreamt about him, like the details never really came into focus other than the helm and the fact that he had a big old sword. So
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of detail. There's a lot of people in chat that are like commenting on just the textures and materials that he's made of.
Yeah.
It's just a lot.
felt like he was
Really good.
unspooling.
Do you still have this nightmare?
No. Well, I say no. Like the only nightmares I have now are home invasion, like random people coming in
So,
and like
yeah.
shooting me. So yes,
Is that
it's
not
just
what this is?
yeah, that's what I
Just
was like,
grown
no.
up a bit.
Oh yes,
It's just, yeah, it's just a little more modern, is all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm making jokes about it. But...
No, but yeah, no, it's pretty accurate because I hear the front door opening. Somebody comes out of
Home
the
invasion.
Wow.
Family security.
That's so good.
This is beautiful, man.
Rad.
It's very well done, man. That's cool.
Fantastic.
You should make prints of this.
Yeah, for sure.
So it can haunt other people as well.
I pass my cards on to you.
Your fear is someone else's high art.
Yeah.
Well,
you gotta charge like a lot for it, because if it's like you know, if it's like a Mogwai situation where they got a deal on it, they'll be suspicious that the print was the reason.
Gonna make them work for it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well
was
done, man.
hoping this whole episode would be a lot more cathartic, and I'm just more creeped out now than I was.
I agree with you. I
No,
agree
no,
with you completely.
no one's visiting Grandma's house.
No.
Yeah, Grandma is off. You're off the list, Grandma. You cut off.
And I gotta change my grandma strategy. I didn't realize. It's so way
It's
off.
imperative. If you want creative kids, have a creepy bedroom.
You have to give them
No wood paneling, no crazy lamps.
Well, and here's
or
the
light
thing, though.
fixtures.
You can't make it look deliberately creepy.
Yeah.
Because then the effect of it is completely lost. Like it
Right
has to
during
be
the
a cool
daytime, it
room
has
to
to
you.
just look like a room.
Right,
That's
to
the
you.
key.
Your grandkids
Yeah,
are
no.
gonna sure as hell find something creepy about it on their own. You can't force it.
Basically, right now, he's the first grandkid. And so there weren't a lot of grandkid toys yet. But I'm like, come up to grandma's office. There's all kinds of toys in grandma's office. But don't touch those.
Yeah, just
Don't
don't
touch
touch it.
those.
Right.
All rules apply.
Yeah, that's the things. I live in a house that's full of stuff that every kid would ever want to play and come hang
Yeah,
out
my
in.
son always asks me to go to your house.
We're
Can
like,
we go
"Don't
to
even
Nate's
touch
house?
those."
He has arcades.
Yeah, any of my any kids, I'm like, you can go to my office and put your hands in your pockets. The
Yeah,
whole
right.
time. Like,
It's hard
you
for me
touch-
to
you're
even.
not-
I just
it's
want to
like, it's like you're gonna go in there, you're gonna look, you're gonna touch shit. And then you're gonna leave.
Yeah.
And Gary is the nightmare for those children.
But I know I'm the problem. Like I know that. Like I know you want to play with everything because I totally do. But there's even things in here I don't touch. So get out.
All right, well, time to hit the plug zone.
Yep.
So everybody gets to see where they can see more amazing stuff from these amazing, creepy people. So we'll go back in the same order. Jared, you were first.
Dang it. Okay. Unlike most of these guys, I don't art like I used to, and I'm kind of out of that whole part of my life currently. But I'm on most social medias at 6 Foot Gnome. If you're in the Clever Kaiju Discord, right now we're doing Inktober. We got some amazing artists. We're all just kind of riffing off each other. It's been a real awesome experience to see just the culture that we have in that thread right now. Just everybody, all different tiers of creativity and ability, all working with each other and really just uplifting each other. And it's allowed us to all really experiment in a way that I don't think some of us has ever done before. Other than that, I'm just Instagram, 6 Foot Gnome, probably even TikTok. I have out there somewhere, but I don't do that anymore.
I love that. You probably have. You probably have a MySpace still.
Oh yeah, I mean 6 Foot Gnome on everything available. I don't want no one to get that 6 Foot Gnome.
You know, I forget actually how tall you are. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Every time I see you in person, I'm like, oh yeah, he's like my height.
I usually see you sitting down.
Right,
Like,
that's kind of why I
behind
bet.
the convention booth.
Yeah, because when he's at a convention, you can't get up. He's got like 50 kids wanting to draw with him.
Yeah. All right, Cassie. Where can people find you?
You can find me at Dendril on Instagram and TikTok and Threads, but mainly dendrilart.com is my website, but I mostly post on Instagram. So.
Are you in the Discord as well?
On Discord?
Yeah, are you in the Clever Kaiju Discord?
Yeah,
Which is you? Are you Dendril on there?
I think so.
I
Yeah,
never know
you
who
are.
anybody is that's posting until they come on this show and they go, "I am this person that you've been talking
Right.
to on
Uh-huh.
for 8 months."
What's your handle?
Yeah, exactly.
Totally
What's your
agree. I don't know
handle?
anybody.
Sometimes I can't get it on a website and I use something else and I can never remember where I kind of do a variant. I'm pretty sure it's Dendril. Yeah. Syndrome with a period at the end. I don't know if that matters. I think they made you, because before they had numbers and they're like, we want to take that off, and they force you to change your name. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't know who 6 Foot Gnome was until just a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
He's nobody. Don't worry about it.
Just don't say his name 3 times in the mirror.
Ancient Sumerian only, though.
All right, Kevin, how about for you?
I find under Kevin M. Russell Art on Instagram, and same thing on Discord. Pretty straightforward. Just Kevin M. Russell Art on Instagram, Facebook. That's pretty much it.
I like it when you guys do that because it makes it simple for me.
I just all Kevin Russell's out there, and I just put a middle initial in. I was like, all right, I'll leave it alone.
All right, Eric, how about you?
All right, so good Instagram handle is @e.dangerright. I'm also on Redbubble as Danger Right. Do you want to check that out? I did just release a comic book called Truck Stop Hipsters, as we were talking about earlier. Just show you a couple things. Here's our cover art. And
This
a
was
couple
all
of my favorite
traditional
pages here.
with watercolors, right? Like, I mean, this was
Yeah.
watercolors. Yeah.
It's so exciting to have it out.
I bet. You worked on this for a long time.
Oh, forever. It took way too long. Here, relating to Daryl's story about the meth head. See. See. Yeah, I'm so excited to have it out.
Now, where can everyone get a copy?
You can get a copy here at Wizards Asylum in Tulsa. I'll be doing a signing on November 4th. Working on some stuff with Springfield. I don't have it in any stores there yet, though.
Is that better, Rachel?
Are we at the end of con season?
I guess so.
Like, there's not any more conventions coming up until spring.
There's a Rubelmeiser's Halloween thing this weekend.
Yeah.
And then I think it's just an anime thing coming up.
I could do an anime thing.
Yeah.
That's right. Isn't there an anime con in November that's new to Springfield?
Yeah, it's the Missouri Comic Con, their anime version.
Yeah.
It was here earlier.
I'm going to an illustration expo in Fayetteville this weekend.
Oh, nice.
So.
All right.
Hey, Eric.
Nice.
Yeah, what's up?
When drawing that style, did you not find it absolutely a pain but fun to draw no pupils?
It was an interesting, different challenge to try and capture facial expression without pupils, you know?
Yeah.
You can see there's one character in there where I could not capture his gaze without them, and he just had to have them.
Yeah. Whenever you first started showing those around, someone's like, "Is that your book?" I'm like, "No, that's not me. That's way too good. That's gotta be Eric's."
Jared, now that you mentioned that, I've got a Wonder Woman and a Daredevil here that don't have any pupils. Right.
That's my thing. Is I don't draw pupils a lot. And, whenever I was at a panel one time, someone asked me, "Is it because you can't draw eyes?" I was like, "I can. I just don't wanna."
Hey, did you guys see that? Chris is trying to log in on his phone, so we need to make sure we vamp until he can maybe get back on and give his piece. Sorry,
I didn't see that, but keep an eye on it. Next up is Isaac.
You.
Okay. Yeah. Ike Comics, ikecomics.com. Now on YouTube, Instagram, Discord. And I've been making a sword and sorcery comic, First Sun and Sword. I'm in the last 4 pages of it or something, 60-page book. And you can read that as a webcomic and watch me draw it on YouTube.
Are you going to end up trying to print run?
we're gonna do a Kickstarter and a print run in the spring. I think I'll just delay that a little bit.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice. All right, Gary, you're next.
You can find my stuff at artistgarybedell.com. It's also linked to my Instagram, so you can get to my Instagram from there,
Nice.
which is artistgarybedell. I make it pretty easy. A lot of my activity is on here. You can get my sketchbook called One on my website, along with a few other items. Let's see. Yeah. You can get Graveyard Slaughter. There's the Javier Saltares cover, the sketch cover. You get my sketchbook One, and you can also get a digital copy of my art book Thawed for $5. It's PDF download. Yeah, I do a lot of my talking on Facebook here, where we show the show, talk about Friday the 13th, just whatever. That's a cover I did for a band called Freaks and Gizzards, and it's death metal disco. So I was like, yeah, Metal Chicken, rocking a guitar with rhinestone skates. I'm in.
Love the skate.
Yeah, come check me out. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't yet. Yeah, get it cracking.
Nate Howard.
Yeah, okay. I am Nate Howard of Mammoth Press, and so Potbelly Mammoth was kind of the bigger note of Mammoth Press, but I will be absorbed. So that website for potbellymammoth.com and Mammoth Press LLC is actually going to be absorbed into Clever Kaiju. So I'll bring all of Volume 1 over to Clever Kaiju, probably reprint the graphic novel from it, and then Volume 2 content will be released, and published through Clever Kaiju. So those websites are currently down, and so keep an eye out on Clever Kaiju for more of that. But I am also co-owner of a tattoo shop here in Springfield, Missouri, called Cryptic Tattoo and Social Gallery. Actually, I have a thing we could share. Hold on.
Look what you started, Eric.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, I love this. I think it's great.
So this is our cool website. Compliments of one of our artists and her husband, Kelsey, and her husband Nick.
Nice.
But there's a feed from our we have Instagram and Facebook. We actually have a Halloween tattoo special, flash special, going on this next Tuesday, which is actually on Halloween. It's from like 2 to 4, or 10 to 4 rather. We have you can check our Facebook and Instagram for all the pictures of the flash that we'll be doing there. We'll be hosting a Halloween party as well on Saturday, actually on Halloween night. Or no, that's not Tuesday's Halloween, right? Yeah. So Saturday night we'll be throwing a big Halloween party at Cryptic Tattoo, featuring artists David. Yeah. Sorry. Anyways, David James, Mandy Thompson, myself, and Kelsey Goen. So we have our own little art family doodling on people.
And I believe it said you will not get in if you're not in costume.
Right. Yeah, you have to have a costume. Sorry.
So if you show up not in costume, will you tattoo one on them?
It's a whole costume? Yeah, I will. Face first. I'll tattoo the face of their +1 onto them.
Nice. Movie waiting to be written right there. James, what are you up to lately?
Oh, who knows? I don't even know what I'm up to. I'm catching myself coming and going at the same time. So. I got was it J Rutherford Art and Instagram. You can also find some of my animation work on the Clever Kaiju website. We've got some examples there as well.
Alrighty, and then Daryl, how about you?
I'm not as fancy, so. It's my website, Instagram, Airlaben. Yeah, that's where I post most of my art stuff. Is up on the Instas.
We got you up on the Clever Kaiju member section of our website.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah,
With links to that stuff. Yeah.
Oh
Excellent.
yeah, I need to do that still.
Uh-huh.
I love how you keep that card handy. I can't organize anything or hold on to anything long enough, but you've got that billboard that's ready to rock.
You gotta tape it to the computer monitor.
Yeah, it's just stuck under my monitor over here.
All right, and we got Chris back just in time.
You all right?
Yeah.
Yay.
What's up, y'all, bro?
Out in your
Hey.
phone.
This is like the after credits in a movie.
Especially with that Blair Witch angle.
Yeah.
It's extra spooky.
All right,
Um,
we are ready to see your fears.
Dude, if I can figure out how to do this on the phone.
Can you
this might
share
take
from
me
a
second
phone?
Because, like, well, I don't have anything prepared for this. Everything up the computer, and then I had to.
Sorry. Well, I could probably download it.
Me.
Is it in
Okay.
the server?
Yeah. How am I gonna do this? Because I gotta read the account, but I don't know if I can.
Well, I think Nate or I could share the picture.
Hey, cool. Yeah, so I can go find the write up. Yeah, if one of you guys could pick.
I told you I wasn't the AI.
Got it.
Yeah, your connection's not so great. You might turn off your camera.
Yeah.
Exactly what AI would say.
Yeah, we
How's that?
lost audio.
Yeah, I would just go with audio. There you go.
How's that? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, Nate, do you have it, or do you want me to share?
I'm
Nope.
having a hard time navigating to the folder. I don't think I have access to it.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, it's a river phantom, right? Is that what it's labeled?
All right, never mind. I
Yeah.
found it. Yeah,
I think that's right,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
It should be River Phantom.
Okay, and is there just one? Because it got uploaded twice. There's just one, right?
Oh yeah, just one. Yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure it wasn't a two-parter.
I probably should have made it in 3 parts. That way I could unveil it one at a time. But
Oh, well, I can zoom in and start at the top.
yeah,
Share
perfect.
my
That's
screen.
great.
Oh, I just maybe. I'm glad I'm not sharing screen yet because I just messed something up. All right. All right, I'm gonna start sharing screen now, and I'm on the top part of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you guys
All right.
see it? Wait, do you guys see it or no?
No.
I can't
No, I
see
don't.
anything. There we go.
Cool. There we
Yeah.
go.
There we go.
And can Facebook
There
land
we go.
see it? Okay. All right, you tell me when to go to the second screen.
Okay. All right. So I posted this on Reddit the other day because they asked the same questions pretty much the show. So I'll just go ahead and read that. So this is from Reddit. Okay, I'll share the first. This is the first encounter I had with this weird thing that kind of followed us through the woods. Also, when I was 14. So here's the account the first time we ran into it. I posted this on Reddit, and we lived in the backwoods, right? This is probably the westernmost part of the Ozarks. We lived in the backwoods. Okay, I'll share the first and frankly most theatrical thing that happened to us. Disclaimer: I'm really not trying to sell you guys on this. It's legit crazy as fuck and goes absolutely nowhere. I.e., weird stuff happened to us and stuff. It's not like bullshit. Isn't usual,
We're
that
listening.
notion. I'll just try to tell this. I'll just try to tell the story as I remember it. First, a little bit of background. Grew up in these woods, camped out, ran around for miles and miles, stick fought with cousins, almost caused a forest fire once. I was all up in that shit. The wealthy side of the family bought up all the land in the area, and my grandpa was generally well known and liked, so property lines were no issue either. I had been up and down these hills and hollows my whole life. I had never seen anything supernatural or unexplainable until 8th grade. Am I coming through all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One summer evening, around golden hour, my friend and I were sitting on a bridge. This is Brett, by the way. If you guys know
Oh,
Brett.
yeah.
Yep.
Once
Yeah.
around golden hour, my friend and I were sitting on a bridge over a small creek about a mile down the road from my house, talking about all kinds of angsty teenage shit. We faced the western side of the creek where it forked. It was still bright and cheery in the fields on either side of the creek, but the woods that hung over the water already had that kind of early night quality, the kind that sucks the light out of the surroundings. Then we saw it. Our lively conversation just stopped dead. We were absolutely floored at what we were looking at. There on the bank, to the right of the little fork, about 30 feet from where our feet dangled off the bridge, was an alarmingly tall, pitch black figure silhouetted against the bright field. It seemed to be darker than anything we had ever seen, like that crazy black pigment they developed. We were fixed. And you can scroll down to the second one.
Okay.
So no sooner had we come to grips with what we were looking at. No sooner had we come to grips with what we were looking at than the damn thing was in the water directly ahead of us. Faster than we could perceive, it had somehow moved into the creek, not even disturbing the still, shallow water. We barely had time to register this, although it is seared into my brain. As it once again was gone, but now appeared on the bank of the tiny island in the middle of the fork to our right. And you can zoom down to the last one. This is where it zoomed up. It like zoomed across the creek faster than we could run. Yeah, which is the point we lost our shit.
Like Charlie Brown.
Yeah. I mean, it literally was just as quick as you can think. It was on one bank, and then it was in the water, and then it was on the next bank. Like you didn't see movement; it was just there, right?
Yeah,
the next part is a bit hazy. There's one last part to this that I didn't get around to drawing, but it's kind of how this first encounter ended. The next part is a bit hazy, as this is damn near 23 years ago at this point. But around that time, my dad and my little brother came walking around the bend and cheerfully told us Mom was done with dinner. So it was time to head home. My friend and I were practically frothing. We, of course, started in with the, "Holy fucking shit, Dad! And we saw something fucking crazy!" and chirped about it all the way down the road, until we got to where the sunny fields ended and we had to walk the last part in the woods, which I might add were gloomy as fuck at this point. The golden hour sun was cut clean off by the tall hills that on a normal day seemed to hug each side of the road. Tonight they just seemed like brooding assholes. We all kind of descended into a wary silence at that point. Dad, who seconds before had not thought much of our sighting, was now clearly spooked. We all walked with our asses clenched and our jaws jutting like cavemen, watching the woods to the left and right of us. This part is one of the weirder aspects to me. See, I would go on to read about shadow men, skinwalkers, and all that stuff. Most stories are horseshit, especially if they have a neat, clean narrative, which is just a red flag, right? And the person was murdered in these very woods. That kind of thing immediately sets me off and makes me go, okay, all right. So, but none of them have anything. None of the Shadow Man accounts I've read have anything like this. As we walked down the darkening road, we got a giant-sized dose of radioactive dread. Just then, on either side of the road, about 15 feet into the woods in both directions, what I can only describe as giant tendrils of shadow wound their way in unison through the brush and fallen logs. I swear I remember a low, dreadful noise, but I think that may also be Ocarina of Time noises drilled into my brain and paired up with my memories. Like the Shadow Temple noises. My dad picked up my little brother and booked it with my friend and I close behind. We all got back to the house in a cold, panicked sweat. Dad went upstairs and never said anything about it again until I was an adult. Mom laughed it off, as she always did. She would later tell me she always believed us, but it fucks with her worldview to dwell on the weird shit that has happened to us in the woods, so she doesn't. But my friend and I had my friend and I had a couple more run-ins with whatever the fuck it was for the rest of that summer. Like I said, they weren't all that sinister or dramatic, but they were all fucking weird. I have a lot of wild conjecture as to what the fuck was going on, but that's all I have. Weirdly enough, I still feel calm and at peace when I go back to the creek to think. I mean, we had these encounters, but never got hurt, so what the hell, I guess. So yeah, that's the thing that scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
That's
is
pretty wild.
frightening.
That's
That's it.
awesome.
Awesome.
That feels valid.
And
Yeah, nobody died, so it's believable.
that's my that's my thing. It's like I don't know. I don't think any of this stuff fits like any kind of recognizable pattern. I mean, my own stories, and I have a few from that summer. They're just that. Like, some weird stuff happened to us, and then it didn't. You know, like so. But
That's all.
so that was.
I want to know more.
Oh, believe me, I do too.
Yeah, get a sequel. Go
You
back to
know,
that lake and just sit there until he comes back and get his name and bring candy.
Well,
or something.
it's fun. It's funny because I've talked to other people that live in that area, and it turns out that pretty much like everybody has something like that in that area. You know, and Dad, the reason he even talked to me as an adult about it was because he had forgotten all about it, right? He just had put it in that little place in his memory that was like goodbye. And he was riding his motorcycle. This is when I was like 20. He was riding his motorcycle down that road again because it's a beautiful road, right? It's this Oklahoma road. He was riding his motorcycle down it, and he saw something jump out of the trees like way fast. Basically it ran across the road. It jumped out of like 20 feet of the trees, right? It like jumped out of the air, landed on the road, bounded off the road and back into the trees, right? And it was totally black. But the way that he described it was like the fucking Zool dogs, you know, which tracks with what we saw later on that summer. Later on, like when it like the tall thing, this like tall skinny thing that we saw, we never saw that again. But some weird little crawling primate thing, we definitely saw that a few times. To the point where, you know, I started carrying like a big ass stick with me to the bus stop because, you know, I'd see it in the morning, you know, waiting for the bus. It would be looking at me in the bushes, you know, and it was just totally undescribable, blacker than anything, and like not a familiar shape. Like, and, you know, me personally, I am willing to chalk everything up to hallucinations. You know, I'm, you know, I'm willing to do that, but this one just had, you know, everybody in that area is just like, oh yeah, man, I get followed by it all the time. You know, no, I saw it on the road and I saw it here and my bus driver saw it. And so who knows? Who friggin' knows?
Sounds like we need a kaiju trip to this spot, and then we'll just hang out.
I agree.
Oh, dude, I'd be down for that, sure, for sure. Yeah, because it's a beautiful spot too. But yeah, so that's my scary story.
Well, you came back just in time for a plug zone too. So
Yeah.
yeah, talk about where people can find you.
Oh, well, my Instagram is the Illustrator Yar. That's _Illustrator_Yar. You can find me on Instagram and on ArtStation under that. I think Twitter is that as well. But I don't really have a project to promote right now. But yeah, that's where you find me. I'm always wanting. What's that?
Redbubble.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your Redbubble.
Oh yeah, Redbubble. My Redbubble is God, I don't have the link for that readily available. It's Castle Yar, because they made me do some weird. I really wanted to do like the Illustrator Yar shop, but they wouldn't let me, so I had to do something. So it's Castle Yar. Yeah, I forgot about the Redbubble, dude. See, this is you're on top of it. Jared's always on top of it with everybody.
Castle Yar sounds like where that shadow guy might live.
Yeah, at the Castle Yar.
Yeah.
Castle Yar.
Well, it's funny too because those woods, like those woods would be extra creepy now because the house we lived in, right? It was built by my grandpa, but it's completely abandoned now, and it's this like creepy Stephen King style ruin on top of the hill, you know? And yeah, this particular area of the woods is just, I don't know, it's just kind of spooky. And what's funny is it's like, I don't know, it's like 3 miles away from the spook light. So
Nice.
it's in this kind of nexus of like weird stuff.
So when you were talking about it, that's what it was reminding me of the couple of times that I went to see the spook light, where it's just something. It's definitely happening, but
Yeah.
there's no narrative. It's just like, oh, there's a light bobbing up and down the road towards me. Fantastic.
Yep.
Kevin isn't from here, so you might have to explain that to him, like what that is.
Oh, yeah, the spook light is exactly like how he just described. You go to this certain part of Oklahoma, and you just kind of park in the middle of the night, and there's a good chance that you'll see like a weird little light bounce down the road, you know, to the point like they've caught it on newscasts and stuff like that, and there's not really an explanation for it. And I feel like anybody that ever tries to explain it, it just comes off as like, so I don't know, presumptuous.
Yeah.
You know, that's actually how
nuts.
Yeah.
And
if you've seen it, you don't believe the explanations because I've seen it. I don't know if anybody else has, but
no, I've been there 3 times and I've seen it twice.
Mm-hmm.
And the one time I didn't see it was like Halloween weekend, and the road was filled with drunk high college kids.
Yep.
So but there's been recordings of it since at least like the 1850s.
Mm-hmm.
So that gets rid of a lot of the explanations people want to throw out there.
Huh.
Yep.
It's just Gary in his AI form.
Purely digital body.
Oh my goodness. All right, guys. Well, that is our Halloween episode, and it was perfectly creepy.
We need to talk about
enough for everyone to have nightmares tonight, I do believe. But please go check out the Clever Kaiju Discord. You can find a link to that, I believe, on cleverkaiju.com.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
It is an amazing community, whether you are an artist or someone that just loves looking at art and learning more about it. It's a wonderful, welcoming community. I don't understand Discord at all. I am so old when it comes to that. That is my version of the VCR and my parents. But I try, and what I see, I love. So check it out. And please come back next month for episode 3 of season 4, where we are doing pagan festivals.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to explain a little bit more about what to expect from that episode?
Nah.
I'm just gonna say the movie.
It's gonna look cool. It's gonna look old.
Well, it always looks cool.
Oh, which by the way, it's another movie you guys should watch. Is Midsummer.
Yeah.
No.
I've heard that's very creepy.
You should watch it.
It's got a cute bear in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for sticking around tonight. Thank you, Chris, for coming back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I love Halloween and I love the show, and our October episodes are always so good. So
yes.
November's are always
fantastic
good too.
work, everybody, dude.
Yeah, we just grossed everybody out last year. Like, we just made everybody hate their favorite foods last year.
That's true. Yeah. This year will be more festive. All right. Well, thank you all very much for joining us once again, and we will see you next month.
Bye.
Bye.
Outro go.
Goodbye.